Welcome back inside the Section 925 Outdoor Pod Center here at the Lafayette Art and Wine Festival. Really thrilled to have the first of a series of high school coaches and teams come in to the Pod Center. Today we got Coach Jack Schram from, you might have guessed, from Miramonte. Casey McGonnigle, Nick Foster also playing at Miramonte. Hey guys, thanks for coming inside the Pod Center.
Good to be here.
Make sure your microphone's on, Casey.
Thanks for having us.
There you go. Glad to be out here, beautiful day. You guys cleaned up over at Alameda yesterday, or last night. Let's talk a little bit about that game. Before I do, Coach, I know that was a bit of a homecoming for you as a former coach at Ensenal. How did it feel winning Alameda?
It's always great to win at Alameda. I can tell you, the 18 years I spent at Ensenal High School, that was obviously a big crosstown rival. And so anytime we get down to Thompson Field and get a win, it's just fabulous.
So last night, looking at some of the stats, Tim Teague had 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 44% completion percentage at 177 yards. Not a terrible, a lot of yards, passing yards for a game that ended up 35-0. What was the difference in the Alameda game last night?
Well, the big defense, our defense, was the major difference. We had such fantastic field position. Nick Foster over here returned 2 punts inside the 5-yard line, one down to the 1. And so we didn't even convert those guys. So we were just kind of an off night. It's a little bit different for Tim to play on a crown grass field. So his first few passes are starting to sail high, and it's kind of like he had to figure it out that I'm so just playing on very flat turf field that the ball has to, you're throwing from the middle out, it's downhill growth every single time. And so Tim figured it out, and we moved the ball. We had a lot of short fields, just to our defense. I mean, other than them completing one last desperation pass at the end of the 4th quarter, they probably were at negative yards at that point.
So Casey and Nick, you guys both play defense. Casey's a linebacker and Victor free safety. What did you guys see as the difference last night? Casey?
I think we had a really good practice, to be honest. Scout team gave us some good looks, and the D-line was pretty overpowering last night. Made some nice plays in the backfield, really opened up for us linebackers. Didn't have to work too hard to get out blocks.
So Nick, it sounded like special teams were a big factor last night. You returned a couple punts. Talk about that, what you saw out there, and how those openings were played.
Yeah, we always try to have special teams to be a major factor of the game. And that was one of the first times I was actually able to return punts last night. So I think it was the first 2 that I actually caught all season, so opportunities. So I talked to Coach Kai Greer, and he told me to be more aggressive. So I thought, all right, I'll try to make something happen there. And the blocks formed, and I was able to get a return.
Fantastic. So Kai Greer, also a Miramonte High School graduate, of course, and a former student of mine. I taught at Miramonte School before I changed careers. So
Guy did a fantastic job. He coached the last 2 years JV. This year we brought him up to varsity. He's doing an excellent job. It's great to have him. Sakai's back as a middle school teacher.
That's right.
Great job.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, Coach, I told you I was going to ask you a little bit about your Ensenal experience. You're 18 years in Ensenal. Of course, there are some famous names that came out of Ensenal, but not in football. But I want to know, do you ever see J.R. Ryder, or do you ever see Jimmy Rollins, or Dontrell Willis? Do those guys ever play football, or are those guys just baseball and basketball?
No.
Yeah. So J.R. Ryder's the oldest of that group.
Right.
J.R.'s brother Lamont played for me, and then also his older brother David was a football player. Went to New Mexico State on a scholarship. J.R. played football at Ensenal up to his senior year, and that's when I got there. But I came up there, and I was started in the spring, was working on coming up to the weight room to look at the kids. And I've seen this 6'5", 230-pound guy out there shooting, just practicing moves, and he was just practicing like a soft 10-foot jumper off the baseline. And the first time he missed one, as it ricocheted off, he grabbed it with his left hand and dunked it. Just it topped the rebound midair, 2 steps, boom, slammed it home. And I'm like, why isn't that kid playing football? Who is that kid? And that's when they said, well, that's J.R. Ryder. He's basketball. He's going to go on in basketball. But no, I developed a little bit of rapport with J.R. through his brother Lamont. And yeah, J.R. They told me J.R. could have easily been a tight end and a punter in the NFL. Because J.R. could punt the ball about 70 yards.
And what about Dontrell and Jimmy here? See that come through.
Okay, so the Jimmy Rollins story is Jimmy was a fantastic cornerback in the Pop Warner leagues coming up. And once he got to high school, he focused down on basketball and baseball. His younger brother Antoine was also a fabulous baseball player, got drafted, did play 2 years of football. But no, I talked to Jimmy a lot and could never quite get Jimmy out to try football. But he would have been an unbelievable corner, wide receiver, running back. He's just a gifted athlete.
If you had any interactions with Jimmy's mom, you know she was the best baseball player in the family.
Oh yeah. I know that Gigi was obviously a doer softball, and James was a track star. Both I think at McClymonds. And very, very good relationship with that family. And they raised 3 awesome kids. And I mean, I can tell you, Jimmy's freshman year when he came out, he was going to be, he's a shortstop. This is a phenom coming out from the Little League baseball. And the head coach, Jim Saunders, was my quarterback's coach. And Jim was like, well, I got a returning senior playing shortstop, so Jimmy ought to play third. So the Rollins family reaction was the very next day they put a trash can out on first base. They stuck a broom upside down in the trash can, and James Rollins went out there and probably hit Jimmy about 500 ground balls at third base because he told Jimmy, well, you got to learn how to play third base if that's where the coach is going to put you.
Wow. Yeah. I guess that's what makes them professional, right?
I guess. I tell you about Dontrell. Dontrell was our freshman quarterback. And then he focused on basketball. He was a fantastic athlete. I mean, same with Jimmy. They're just all-around athletes, and that's what we try to push at Miramonte. Play multiple sports. Nick's 3-sport athlete. Casey plays football, baseball, 2-sport athlete, and that's Tim is Nick Ravetti. We got so many kids on our team that we push into multiple sports, and we want athletes just like those kids, just like JR, Jimmy, Dontrell. Dontrell was going to come back his senior year. And he talked to me, but his catcher was our starting quarterback, Jimmy Olsen. And as far as arm strength throwing the football, Jimmy Olsen was a little bit better than Dontrell. So Dontrell will probably play with tight end. You can try to beat out Jimmy Olsen for the quarterback spot, but if you don't do it, you'll be tight end. And after Jim Saunders and Dontrell's mom, Joyce Harris, talked to me, it's like maybe Dontrell should just focus on baseball rather than coming back for football for his senior year.
Well, that worked out for him, obviously. Let me ask you this question, because last night, of course, Camp Lindo played Oakdale. Oakdale came into Moraga and walked away with a victory 20-21, and they ran the ball on Camp Lindo up the middle all night long, and just some big, strong kids at Oakdale. They didn't put the ball in the air, and the question I want to ask you, and I asked you guys as well, and I asked Nick and Casey before we went on, whether they played MOL football, because this comes up a lot. I want to ask you, a team like Oakdale, full of guys that probably played Pop Warner football, and obviously you coached the Pop Warner, you saw Pop Warner kids, but these guys grew up playing MOL football. What do you see as a coach when you face a team like Oakdale that's played Pop Warner, a different style? Can you play a different style with kids that go through MOL football because of MOL football?
Well, obviously, I think, the offensive success that we've had, and the scheme, we don't run. We see teams, when they come in, it's strictly a running formation, double tight, sometimes foot to foot with the linemen. We tried to emulate what Oregon did. We watched Oregon, and we built our offense out of those concepts that they happened in Oregon. So we try to spread the field, and we know we have good, smart kids that can make we have set routes. They can make adjustments to their routes, similar to the back to the Mouse Davis era of run and shoot football. Everybody understands the concept, so we can make the adjustments on the fly. And I think the success we've had, the fact that in 2013 we won NCS, Drew Anderson, he just smashed Ken Dorsey's and Drew Bennett's and anybody in Miramonte's passing records. And even Tim last year surpassed. He didn't quite. He was like 200 yards short of Drew's record, and a game short of what Drew played. So I think Tim would have passed Drew's records last year, and hopefully, if we can get to that many games, I think Tim will have a good shot at breaking those records.
So Nick, before we went on, we talked about your experience in MOL. Same question to you. Do you think MOL helped you prepare, and if so, how do you think MOL helped you prepare for Grand White football?
Obviously, when I was growing up, I always wanted to play tackle football, but my parents, they wouldn't let me. So, but everyone was the next best thing. Because when you have flags on as opposed to the pads on, it's a lot easier to be tackled down. So it created more opportunities for me to learn how to be more shifty in the field and have to use jukes, spins, etc., as opposed to trying to run over people. So I think it prepared me in that sense to give me a little bit more shiftiness in the field.
So, Casey, if you had to pick out so far in your, what year, your junior or senior? You're a senior. If you look at your career so far, you had to pick one highlight. What would you say is the highlight of your Miramonte football career thus far?
Highlight would probably be earlier this year we went into Bandon High School up in Fairfield. They're a real strong team. We had a great battle against them. Come from behind victory, and one of the most satisfying wins I've been a part of. But the highlight was probably they had a drive with about a minute and 30 seconds left, and they got to about midfield, and another senior, Ryan Walker, captain, forced the fumble, and I fell on it, recovered it to seal the game. So that was a pretty satisfying moment for one of the best things I've been a part of.
I'm sure that's one that you're going to remember. So we're looking at a 4-0 record right now for Miramonte. But your schedule does not get any easier. And we have a new league for Miramonte and Camp Lindo this year. And you come out of the gate, you got Alhambra next week, right? And then you got Clayton Valley, Camp Lindo, Las Lomas, Concord, you finish at Ocalani. Coach, you going to go undefeated this year, or is it going to be a little more difficult than that?
Well, we still have an opportunity to go undefeated. It's going to be very difficult to run the table against the level of competition. But we have a huge rivalry with Alhambra. They're probably second to us with the most NCS championships for public high schools, especially in our division. So the Alhambra Miramontes from back in the 1990s all the way through today is a super rivalry. As soon as we found out they were the one team in our pre-established previous league that wasn't going to be in our current division, both myself, Coach Schram, immediately called each other and said, hey, we got to keep this game. So regardless, if we're never in the same division, we will always play a non-league game. And Coach Schram and I have already agreed to that. And if should that happen with Las Lomas, Campo, or Alcalani, we would do the same. We would definitely want to keep those rivalries alive and well, regardless of what the section's doing underneath us to switch things around. But so we said we just established that we'll play Alhambra week 4 every single year, unless we get realigned in the same league, and then we'll let that game take that place.
Well, it's good that you're going to preserve those rivalries. Obviously, the Ocalani School District rivalries are very important locally here. Talk a little bit about how high school football is changing with it seems like frequent realignments of leagues. Now we've got competitive equity. What does that mean for your program and the future of high school football?
Yeah, I don't know what, like I said, no one can define what competitive equity means. I don't understand how it applies. Definitely schools, I think, of similar size and similar geographical locations should obviously be aligned and play each other. But we're stretching out where we have to travel now farther than we've normally ever traveled. Our freshmen will have to play at Clayton Valley, and they'll have to, the commute. They'll probably lose another period of class schedule just to take that commute to get out the bus ride on a Thursday on Glacial Valley Road for a 5 o'clock game. So that it's just I don't know what their goal is. They haven't relayed anything to the coaches like, well, this is what we want to get to. This is what the problem is, and this is how we're trying to solve that problem. We didn't think there was a problem with Alhambra staying in with our 4 district schools. We think it's been fantastic for all 5 schools, but there seems at the NCS level, I guess they determined there was a problem with that, and they wanted to break that up. And so I have no idea why they're doing it or what their reasoning is, but we like I said, adding to our 4 district schools, adding Clayton Valley and Concord, 2 teams that played for the NCS Division II championship game last year. Clayton Valley went on to win the next NorCal championship, and then losing the state. It's like, wow, this is a tough league that we're in, and I don't understand again what the reason is, that they want all the tougher teams to try to knock each other out in league play, and not make it up into the playoffs or upper echelon levels, I don't understand what that's what would be gained there.
Nick, how do you feel about that? You're going to have to play Clayton Valley and then go Campo coming. Actually, you're at Campo's home this year for you. You guys came into the Campo Lindo matchup last year undefeated, and Campo came away with a win there pretty convincingly. 2 tough games in a row. As you look forward to Clayton Valley followed by Campo Lindo, what do you see?
Well, right now, we're just looking forward to the challenge that we have to face. We like the adversity, and we take it as a challenge that we have to play both those teams back to back. And we're coming at Campo with a different look this year. We're not going to, I think that what we got to do is just treat it like it's another game, and just be ready to play, and not get all hyped about it. Because if we play how we play, I'm confident that we can play with both those teams.
Casey, what happened last year at the Campo Lindo game, and what do you think is going to have to change for Miramonte to get over on Campo this year?
Well, we have a tradition of making too big of a deal out of that game, I think, and thinking that if we win it, the whole world's going to celebrate, and if we lose, it's all going to fall apart. And that's not how you want to approach that game. It's just another one against another team, and I think that's how we need to approach it. And if we do that, we want more successful. Last year, first play of the game, they took a kick off to the house, and it just kind of shocked us, and everybody was like, "Whoa!" And then some more stuff didn't go our way. We had one of our best players tear his ACL, and so that stuff just compounded by itself, and we just didn't feel ready for that.
As you guys look to your other sports, football season is halfway over. Nick, were you playing basketball?
Basketball or baseball?
Basketball, and you guys are both playing baseball. As long as we're here, let's chat for a minute about Miramonte baseball. What's the outlook for Miramonte baseball this spring?
Well, our quarterback, Tim Tagg, is also our starting pitcher, or one of our starting pitchers. He's been pitching for 2 years on varsity. I think last year he had a sub-1 ERA. He's unbelievable. Just the way he thinks about the game, the way he executes, the seriousness he brings to it. He gives us a great advantage every time he's on the mound. And we're graduating from seniors, but we also have a lot of returning starters. Nick and I both returning starters. Tim, returning starter. Sam Liang, our shortstop, will be a returning starter. So we'll have